I see no comment.
Hello, everybody. I am SunPsychic Jean, and please welcome to Magic Monday. Can you believe it's Monday already? Please welcome my co host, Joan from Wisdom Seeker Joan. And we have Mark coming from Spirit Whisperer Mark. How are you?
Terrific. Thank
And
you for having me.
Mark is filling in for Terry Suzuki while she's away, and we just love having Mark here and doing readings with us. And we're just really excited. And did you know today is Earth Day, everybody? Did you know?
I did know.
It's
Yep, we
great.
did a little thing about it on the animal show today that I did a little bit ago. We tuned into Mother Earth and did a little thing. Yep.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Actually, we pulled
And
cards on it too. That was fun. We might do that on this show. Pull cards on Mother Earth for today,
oh, that's lovely.
or
I
just
did see somebody channeling, like, not Mother Nature, but nature itself,
yeah,
the energy of nature. It's just lovely. I love all that.
or
Yeah.
Gaia. Yeah, I've had that energy come through where she'll talk. Mother Earth energy,
Cool.
Gaia.
We'll see if something like that happens during the show today. We would love that. And Craig Dixon, hello, and Nivra and Akila B is here, and MLR is here. Jen Bowles is here. So nice to see everybody. And Cher Bear is here. Nice to see you. Aw. And yeah, we're going to be doing readings today, everybody. If you would like to put your questions in caps, that would be most beneficial for everybody involved. And I see our shining lights. Okay, very nice. Thank you for being here. And yesterday I was on with Allie, first of all, and it was so much fun. We were really in sync. And after the show, you know how you turn it off, and she was like, wow, we were really in sync. I'm like, I know. It's so much fun when that happens, you
I know,
know.
love it.
Hmm. And then after that, I was on with Ginger Faye, and we were doing just a little investigative tarot, and we were doing a little bit about Anubis, and we had a bunch of pictures and a bunch of like we had questions. My questions are upside down right now, but like, was he created here on this planet, or was he created on another planet and then came here? Like, and why? What was the reason, and all the why, all the mysteries as to what happened. And it was interesting. It was very lighthearted. It wasn't very neither one of us are experts, and neither one of us knew very much about Anubis, which made investigating it a little bit fun.
But fun.
Yeah, very creative ideas.
I kind of feel like he came from another planet, though. I wonder about that.
Well, they call them gods, but I think that now, in this day and age, we understand that the gods who came from the sky were actually ETs. So I
Yeah.
got that he was created here in this world, but from ET help. But
Oh,
that's still up for debate. Yeah. Hmm. So Eliza is here. Hi, Eliza. Nice to see you. And I got Niva's question. Sherry is here. She says, "Howdy, y'all."
howdy.
Sherry, are you off today, because it's Passover today as well as Earth Day, and I didn't know if are you work lurking, Sherry, or are you off today? Ah, so nice, Craig. I didn't know. So nice of you to stop by in either case. So Mark was on earlier today with Debbie Freebird Spirit doing his animal show, and they were talking about Earth Day, so I thought that was really nice.
Yep, I love it. Earth Day's on the 22nd, and my life path is 22, 22-4, but it's a 22. So I don't know. I like that it's Earth Day number 2.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I like what Eliza said, that the earth in Hawaiian is named Papa, I'm going to pronounce it wrong, Hanua, And that kind of confuses English speakers sometimes, but that's beautiful.
I see. Very nice. Oh, okay. Wow. Interesting. Thanks for sharing that, Eliza.
Yeah.
Instead of Mother Earth, it sounds like it's saying Papa because it's in Hawaiian, but that's interesting. So let's go ahead and get started while everybody is filling in their questions. And I see MLR, and she is saying, will my cats and I be able to smoothly move to a new home? That's a big question, MLR. I can feel the importance and the gravity that is around this. So I just want to let you know that I can feel that. So whoever's ready can jump in.
How many cats we talking about, MLR? Like, how many? Oh, yeah, you got an eviction notice. I think MLR, her landlord passed away, and now the son's come in, and I think he's evicting the people.
Oh dear. Okay.
And she's worried because she has her kitties.
Yeah.
Oh, 5. Okay.
Do you have like friends or family that might be able to take a couple? Because I asked, because Mark was saying how many, I asked my pendulum if all of your cats would be able to move with you, and it said not all of them. And I said, will some of them be able to move? So you may have a place that only allows 2 pets or something, or no more than 2, something like that. But you may have some friends or family that may be able to watch over, that you can visit and have play dates with, or how about you guys?
Yeah, I'm getting that there might be more than one move for the cats. They might be staying somewhere temporarily and then getting back together again with you, at least the majority of them. And as far as the cats themselves, on the first move out of the current residence, they're, it's like going to the vet. They're just kind of like, no, I want to go back home, and this isn't good. But after being outside of the home for a while, the next move, they're really quiet because they're like, oh, this isn't just to the vet and back. So they're a little like, a little more just apprehensive about it. But then once everybody's back together again, it'll probably take several days to maybe a week for them to just kind of get back to normal.
Right. I agree with that. And in general, cats don't like to move. In general, they're not the best. Dogs are better about it. Because, cats just don't like their stuff messed with and touched and rearranged. And so that always kind of throws them into a bit of a, tizzy, as we know. Don't really, when you're looking at a place, I wouldn't announce that I have 5 kitties, just say I have a cat. We don't really have to say the number, they're indoor kitties. 2 are semi-feral. And one feels older than the others. But so I just put cards on, will I be able to smoothly transfer? So 3 of cups, 3 of chalices. That's like, it's all party. It's a good conclusion. These are my new red panda cards. They are so cute. I can't stand
They are cute.
I know, I just got them. And so you also get the 4 of Pentacles, which is, you guys going to have to kind of hold them close there. As long as they're just moved together with you, they're going to be fine. So it's kind of like you holding on to them. So, we're all going to go together. You don't really have to leave them. You can hang on to those. And in the end, once you get settled, I know this is all, ugh, who wants, I know, I hear it. But once you get settled, this is the queen. Yeah, queen. These are my new cards. I'm just using them the first time. The Queen of Pentacles. I don't know why I can't hold them in front of the camera, however. So that's like a nice, we're home, we're in a new place on the earth, Pentacles, earthly manifestation, and we're all safe and healthy and fine. So I feel like it's fine. They'll have that little bit like that Joan was talking about. That's normal. They'll have to have a little adjustment period and feel safe in their new place and pick out their new locations and all that. But yeah, I don't see any, big unusual thing, because I know moving 5 cats is a lot.
Yeah. We wish you the best.
Yep.
Yeah, it's really important, MLR, and I feel the gravity of the question for sure, and we wish you all the best, and things will work out. Things will work out, even if you have a temporary home for them.
Yes, ask the
Ask
universe.
around.
Yeah, and ask the universe, and ask Pan. You know him well enough at this point, to assist you and make the move as easily and effortlessly as possible. And please help care for everybody. My little kids are important to me. On.
Very nice. Very nice. Thank you, MLR. And thank you, Viviani. She's so very generous. Thank you very much for your donation. You're very, very generous. Thank you. Just wanted to say that. Well, we have Viviani in the mix. Actually, let's go ahead and do Viviani next.
Okay.
Whew. And today's 422 and Earth Day. And so thank you very much, Viviani. She would love a message from Spirit about what's coming her way, please. And thank you. And you do not have to do that to get a reading for sure, but thank you.
Viviani.
I'm seeing movement. I'm seeing like an old tall ship on the ocean with these big stylized waves. And then there's the guy that you kind of would see in old ancient maps. It looks like a cloud, and it's showing where the trade winds go because the cloud has a face and it's blowing into your sails. So there's energy behind change and movement for you. So show me more about this, Spirit? And it's good. Now there's fish jumping out of the sea and dolphins and all of that going around. So it's like there's change, there's movement, but it's if you're being escorted by dolphins, it can't be bad.
Escorted by dolphins. Love it.
So Viviani, I'm seeing like a zipper. They're showing me a zipper. Like I feel like there's something that's going to be zippered up, and it almost feels like a cloth or a what do you call that kind of a bag? Canvas. It's like a canvas bag with a zipper, so it's very, very sturdy and it holds things in. I feel as though you may be acquiring tools and resources in this cloth bag. It's almost like a gardener's bag that you'll be cultivating and having tools to cultivate along the way. I feel like they're cultivating tools, but it's symbolic. So you'll be cultivating, which is manifesting. But I think Mother Earth is already here, telling me about this gardener's bag and cultivating, and they're showing me the spade, and I'm like, why are they saying this about Viviani? I'm manifesting, but it's because it's Earth Day. They're putting a spin on it. Oh, isn't that fun? Oh, that's fun. Okay, tell me more about Viviani cultivating. They're telling me you have the tools. You have the tools. You're zipping it up, and you're going to be carrying these tools with you, and that you'll be cultivating your own path, your own way of doing things, your own method, your own um, journey. And it's up to you. It's almost like you're strapping it onto your back now, and you're moving forward with this backpack filled with it almost looks like shovels and spikes and different things for cultivating along the way. I feel as though you're planting. It's in a planting stage. It's in the planting stage, and Mother Earth is also saying, "Watch for the seasons. Watch and mimic me." She's saying, "Watch what I do. Watch how patience is required when you sow a seed all the way through the harvest time, and watch the phases of growth." So this is what I'm getting for you, Viviani. How about you, Mark?
Well, I hear that you 6 of Wands. Um, oh yeah, 6 of Wands on the bottom. Yeah, I just want to look. This is what's coming my way. So, you're living your wishes. So, like, wish upon this is the star card.
Oh, wow.
But, it's like you're living your dreams. And it's like, look how happy he is that he has his stars in his hand. So, it's great. There's that. So don't distrust that. Uh, and that's what's going on. You say, what's coming my way? Well, that's it. You're going to be moving along step by step, day by day. Um, and it, I know you think a lot, perhaps, like me and others. And so don't let your mind take control. That's what they're saying. So this is what they mean. So don't get worried that we're not going fast enough, good enough, better enough. Just let it be. Just go and let it be. Go with the flow because you move forward, you balance it out, you move forward, you balance it out, you move. It's sort of like a slow and steady in a way. We just keep moving forward, but we have to kind of pause and refresh. Pause and refresh. So you also get the Four of Swords. Uh, which you lay down, you take a breath, you give it a break, and it reminds me here of these. You guys, a little sleepy face on, but these swords is you want to rest your mind too.
Mm,
Swords, mental energy. So it's okay just to stop thinking for a little bit. Just I was talking about this the other day. Try to just go to neutral, not working so hard on what do I do next? How do I do it? What do I do? Just let's just have a nap and relax and put my energy to faith. I'm not saying you don't do that, sweetie, but they're just calling that it's okay. Those quiet moments of not thinking are good because you're helping to balance out before you move forward. So, also about that, quieting your mind to receive inspiration. And it's like I said, what's happening as I move forward? It's those inspiring thoughts coming through
mhm,
this Page of Swords, and then
mhm.
go forward with your one strong thought. Uh, you know, moving forward, making the way. These cards are so cute. I can't really stand it.
They
They
really
are.
are.
I know. So they were real expensive too. So, but I love them, so it was worth it. So anyway, that's what I'm hearing, sweetie.
That was really good, Mark. I think that sometimes we overthink and we think that we have to think about everything and focus on everything and keep everything together. That if we stop doing that, that everything will disappear and go away. But you don't have to. You don't have to keep all the balls or all the plates in the air. You can let that go and trust that when you need it, it'll come back. And having that busy mind doesn't allow for inspiration to come in. But Viviani, you are an amazing, brilliant individual, and you have a very bright future. And thank you for everything that you do for all of us. She's saying her Virgo mind wants to check all the details. That's funny. That's funny. Yeah, super cute cards, everybody is saying. And I just wanted to show this cat lady is saying, MLR, I'm praying for you. And have you contacted any of the charities in the area, like Catholic charities? Yeah, to help you with the cats. I'm sure there are, I mean, there are animal lovers, pet lovers, and if they see somebody in need, I'm sure there's a organization that will help you. That's a really good suggestion, Cat Lady. Thanks for mentioning that. And next I have Craig Dixon. After Craig, I'm going to go with Share Bear. So Share Bear, just say hello. And after Share Bear will be Aquila B. All right, Craig says, Mark and Jean and Joan, I haven't checked with my friend Rock Hudson lately. How's he doing? Were you friends with Rock Hudson? Really? Wow, Craig. That is so cool.
Rock, rock, rock. There's Aquila. How is he doing? What's up, Rock?
He's telling me that you two have the same kind of charisma. He's saying that charisma will carry you will treat you well. I don't know what he's saying, but he's saying that you two charismatic gentlemen need to stick together. In other words, he's saying that people underestimate what's underneath all this charisma. They think that we have it easy, or that we know, that we're comfortable with the unknown. But he's saying that it's very much a surface thing, that it doesn't always match what's underneath. And what's underneath is a very sensitive soul. He's telling me that he is. And he's saying what's underneath is sometimes someone who has uncertainty. He's telling me that it's okay to be charismatic and popular and have moments of sensitivity is the best way I can describe it. He's just saying that just because you are sensitive or you have doubts in life doesn't mean that you're any less charismatic or popular. It's okay to be both. Like, we can be all things. There's all these facets. And he's saying that be strong, my friend. He's saying that he's saying that the charisma and the charm and is like a dying breed. And he's saying that you have that respect and air about you that is it's he's just saying it's always appropriate, and always something people can learn from. Others can learn a lot from the way that you carry yourself and the way that you behave. And he's saying that this is something that you offer to the world, is the way that you carry yourself, and the heart that you have underneath. It's really beautiful. He's telling me about himself, but he's also showing me you too. Interesting, Craig. How about you, Joan?
That's beautiful. Yeah, when I tuned in, he was first very gracious, of course, and said, "Well, it's so good to be remembered and appreciated." And then it was the idea that he was saying there will always be a place for graciousness and style, especially these days. It was more the norm, or at least on the surface in his time. But even though some of that seems out of date and overly formal, and you don't have to express it in a formal way, but he acknowledges that you have that, and that's a shared quality. Those qualities of just being very gracious and an honorable person and having a sense of style that people just relate to. He was also talking about how Hollywood and that whole scene has changed. He was, there was plenty wrong in his day, but he said, "I'm glad that that he lived when he did, and he's a bit sad to see how the stars have fallen to earth a little bit. And in some ways that's good, but in some ways it he preferred the old system, I think." And that goes back to what he first said, that he appreciates that people still think of him and appreciate his work from that time. And I did pull cards for you, and the first one was a bluebird who said, "You're being gifted with blessings of happiness and peace." So he's sending you that. And then I got the ascension symbol, and I think that is a reference here to just how this pyramid shape is multifaceted, as both he and you are, and that's a positive thing too.
Beautiful, Joan.
How about you, Mark?
Well, I heard him in my head, I think, and then I did pull some cards, but I used my gay decks. After I did it, I don't know if I can show them.
Just put your finger over it.
But I think this is weird. I wasn't expecting this at all. But I think he's talking to me about returning. That's on the horizon for him. I feel like his time in heaven. So I get the strength card. This one I don't think I have to cover. But see that God symbol over his head there at the top?
Oh, wow. Look at that.
Yeah. And so it's done him some good. And he's not done with Earth yet. You got that lion holding him. So I feel like he's thinking about returning. He got Page of Wands and Page of Pentacles. So these are like new energies starting anew. So you got your spirit and on the earth. So both of them, again, I'm just hearing, I want to do it over, do another round. And so then I got Six of Wands, which is like, kind of like a homecoming or ticker tape parade because you've returned, you're a winner, you come back. And then finally, because he's still talking about it, the world. So coming back to the world. I pulled a couple from another deck this is like the earth. So I think it's like heaven and earth coming back again in a positive green. Because I hear him saying, "I'm not going to be in the spotlight. I just kind of want to be. Because his lifetime, he had a lot of fun and stuff in it, and he really enjoyed it. But a big part of that was teaching about AIDS and dying, because his death made a big difference in the way we looked at AIDS and during that time. Unfortunately, I was alive then in Hollywood when all that happened. And so that was a lot. It was a way to serve others. He doesn't really regret it, but he would like to have a life less in public.
Wasn't he friends with Liz Taylor?
Yeah, they were great.
And wasn't she spiritual?
Well, she had a lot of gay friends. I know that because Roddy McDowell was also good buddies with her. James Dean, Montgomery Clift. They were all closeted, but so she was like what we used to call a fag hag. She just was the straight woman that had all the gay friends. Yeah, and he was really good friends with Doris Day as well.
Wow.
Because, they did all those terrific movies together, which I loved, Pillow Talk and all those. And he had a great time, but I don't know. I just felt like the one thing too, like he had, he was so famous, he had so much fun and all that he's saying, but he really had to hide so much of who he was all the time.
Mhm.
And so that was always a drag, so to speak. And he broke doors, broke through. He made a positive difference in that, and he was a trailblazer, really. Because even though he had to hide a lot, he wasn't the best hider because it was like a well-known secret in Hollywood. So I just don't. I think he feels like he did all that. He don't really want to do that again. He wants to he still wants to be on Earth. I feel, but doing something else. Something else. I don't know. That's what came through. I don't know why exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Great.
I think he has a soul that has importance, regardless if he's popular or famous. So when I said that he had this charisma, but he was sensitive inside, I think is what you were saying, that it was. I didn't realize, it didn't dawn on me that he may have been telling me that he was gay inside and had this charisma on the outside. Like you said, he lived two worlds, like sensitive and this popularity thing. So that makes a lot more sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
And he
Very
was.
interesting. Very interesting. Do you, oh, wow. Yeah. That's given me a whole bunch of ideas. And thank you very much, Craig, for asking your question and for being here. I really appreciate you. Cher Bear is here. And after this is Akila B. And
He liked my gay cards, though.
Those are great.
you're very creative with holding them. I don't know. I guess Sherry would be next after Akila B. So okay. And when I'm saying Sherry Laidler is next. There's a couple Sherrys. Okay, Share Bear says, "May I get a mini reading?" Oh, good. So what we do when we do mini readings is like an energy reading and just a general like spiritual reading for you, um, Share Bear, and thank you. Right away, as soon as I tune in, I feel like you have a lot of friends. I feel like your friends are important to you and you're important to your friends. I feel like you may have lost one or two of your friends in the sense of crossing over. Like there may have been some tragedy. There's like a group or like uh, a gathering of friends or like it's almost like it's not cheerleading, but it's like maybe like, 20 or 25 people, whether they're couples that you guys all hung out together and grew up together or lived next door to one another and had, potlucks in the backyard. There's something where you have this really amazing group of friends and you almost, even if the wives got together or something and had this, this meeting or this gathering, you would go out to dinner once a month or something. There's something that you have that you really value these friends and they really were there for you. Could even have been like a college crew or something. But they're just showing me that you are a very good friend and that you have a group of very good friends and that you are very blessed with this ability to be of support to other people as well as other people be of support to you. It's like a real extended family is what I'm getting for you, Share Bear. And they're telling me, uh, I'm trying to find out why they're telling me this. Um, they're just showing me your beautiful heart, and I feel as though you may be an empty nester now. Whether you had kids and they're gone now, and it's almost like you have a lot of. You're doing a little bit more reminiscing these days, and they're saying that it's really good to look back and to appreciate and almost count your blessings. So, so that's interesting. What did you get, Joan?
The first thing that came through was my throat chakra really lit up, which to me means maybe there's something you need to express, whether verbally or otherwise, and let your voice be heard because your voice is as important as anybody else's. And then I saw you like there's a crowd. I think there's a parade going by that I didn't really see. And then there's a crowd, and then you're at the very back of the crowd and you're jumping up and down and yay, 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 and just like so enthusiastic and cheering people on, or just it didn't bother you at all that you weren't like the closest one to the parade itself, but you were jumping up and down and just having this great time, and sort of like waving and wanting to get people's attention or something, but just really thoroughly enjoying life and the parade of life going by. And there wasn't a feeling of, oh, if only I were the person who was on the float. It was, you were excited for other people, and you got so much joy out of watching other people, like your friends or family or whomever, watching their successes, and watching whether it's going to a kids or grandkids, sports game, or seeing somebody who's doing something challenging, and maybe you've kind of talked to a friend who is afraid about, I don't know, taking a new job, but you're there and you don't have to be the center of attention, but you get a lot of joy out of supporting and helping other people. And that's a really beautiful thing. But I think the balance there is, be sure that your voice is heard. It's wonderful to give to other people all the time, but don't forget about Share Bear. And when I pulled cards for you, I got the White Swan. The power of divine grace is within you. And yes, you do kind of move gracefully through life and are so kind and supportive to others. But again, like the swan, just working really hard underneath to make it all look so easy. So just pay some attention and take some time, and give yourself some attention. And also from the Archangel card, I got the Archangel Zadkiel, who is saying, strengthen your boundaries. So, and that again is saying, great that you give and are supportive to others, but set some boundaries, make sure your voice is heard, make sure you take care of yourself too.
Yeah.
How about you, Mark?
Hi, Share Bear. I don't think I know you. I don't think I've read for you before, so I'm not sure where you are in the world as far as age and what part of your life you're in. So, it might change depending on that. But what I'm hearing is, what I feel like Spirit and the cards are telling me is that I would call you a unique thinker, someone who looks at things from a different perspective, particularly different than other members of your family, maybe, or your town or something like that, or where you grew up, but kind of a more progressive thinker. I think you would be called a spiritualist, like who thinks of maybe God as love. I don't know, you can disagree with me, but that's what I feel like the cards are telling me. And I think that idea and that feeling and that kind of allegiance to that has led you in your life quite a bit. So you get this Ace of Wands. That always makes me think you've got, you're holding light as you move forward. You're connected to source. Spirit is important to you, or love. You can kind of interchange. And in a way, I think it was so important to you that maybe you kind of had to strike out on your own a little bit, sort of take a different path than maybe other family members, or had to move out of your town or something like that, to strike out on your own, in order to better fit your place in the world, so that's what they're telling me you've done. Now, the other thing is they want me to tell you that you're really connected to love energy, and they like that you like channel love, especially, and that you're connected to the earth. I don't know if you think that or not, but they feel like you get power, you connect to source, the creator, love through nature. Correct me if you're wrong, but they think that's the real good power point for you. And they want to remind you of that, that's kind of how you center and get your power. And also because you focus so much with love energy, it wants to give back to you, the universe, the earth, um, like in practical, you can touch it ways. So that makes me feel like they're trying to send some good energy your way. I'm not going to say trying. They are sending some good energy your way. It's a little bit of the Wheel of Fortune, and the Wheel of Fortune turning in your favor. Look, he's happy about the wheel because it's right side up. So they're acting like stay connected to your earthly roots and be open to receiving good, abundance. Like this feels like, I don't know, that's why I was wondering about your age. This feels like a new job opportunity or a windfall or some kind of good karma coming your way that you've been working on. So that's what I'm saying. I don't see you here, but I hope that resonated.
Wonderful. She did say that she was here, but I'm not sure. But she could have gotten a call or something.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much for your question, Share Bear, and it's nice to see you here. So we have Akila next, and after Akila is Sherry Laidler. So Akila B, hi Akila. What does Mother Earth want us to know? Ooh, I think that's an invitation, Mark.
Yep. Mother Earth, what does she want us to know today?
She's saying we're all loved. We are all one. We are all from the same creator, and that we are all sentient beings, and that we're all one. She's saying that it's like a yin yang, and she couldn't. She's just saying that there's much that humanity does that supports her, and there's much that she does that supports humanity, no matter uh, how dire things look. There's always appreciation for um, the efforts for. Um, she's just saying that um, it's all divinely orchestrated. This whole thing, she's saying, it's all divinely orchestrated. And it's like the farther we can stretch is the more that we can grow and the quicker we can bounce back. She's saying that to trust in the universal plan. How about you, Joan?
Yeah, the first thing I wrote down is all love, and that's kind of what you were saying too. You're all my children, just like the plants and the animals and the birds in the sky. You are among the things that grow upon this earth. So we're all one. We're all part of the same ecosystem here, and that just sort of like a mother sometimes when kids are kind of going wild, might have to clap her hands to get their attention. And that's about some of the earth changes that are happening now. She said it's like that. It's mom is going, hey, 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 let's pay attention here. Just to get our attention. It's not like the end times or anything. It's just a transition time, a time of change, and we shouldn't be afraid of it, but we should pay attention. And if you're in a place that is dangerous, consider options and make sure that you can stay safe from that type of thing. But yeah, just mainly really love. Um, and let's see. So I pulled two cards, and the first one was the pheasant, who said, "The time is ripe for creation and connection, and to focus on these areas, creating what you want and connecting with Source and with Mother Earth." And the other one I love is zoom out and relax, perspective, to just kind of see the world and its place in the universe and our place in it, and just relax that it's all going according to plan.
Yeah, I love that. And like when we tuned into her on the other show today, that was like the big first message was one for all for one, we're all one.
Really? Wow.
Loved it. The both of you picked that right up first, because that was like, that was what she came in saying. There's a oneness. We're all one. There's no separation. There's a one. But now she talked a little bit more, like she talked to me this morning about, I'm not the most grounded I've ever been. When you think of her as a being going through a big transformation, she's like, a little bit all over the place, sort of. And I have to keep rebalancing. And so that's why the weather patterns are a little erratic and the elements are acting up, because I have to release stuff that no longer serves and really release it for good, and then allow new energy to replace it. And so it can be rather what is it she's trying to say? It takes focus and attention, and it can be, it's a change, it's a shift. And as I go through it, so too do all of you, because we are one. So my transformation is your transformation as well. So I get the judgment card, which to me, a lot of times is the resurrection. So that's when you've completely died off. You've left everything behind. You've come back. A lot of times it shows people coming out of the graves, You've come back to start brand new. It's a brand new way of being, which is what she's going through right now. So she's having a resurrection. And so are we. And when I've channeled Master Jesus, he says this time frame is what we've thought of as the second coming of that energy being resurrected or rising up through the all, as opposed to through an individual or two, like in his day. So he was doing it, but there were only a few. And now it's like the whole thing, the earth, everything, all of us going through this time. She also says another part of this transition is divine feminine taking the lead, becoming more firmly grounded as a foundation from which to create. So this is the high priestess, but she's reminding us that this is why our psychic abilities might seem like they're improving, things like that, because this is really stepping forward. It's also the return of that. It hasn't always been patriarchal, like on the earth. There has been times where matriarchy had a bit more of a say in things. And honestly, that energy, which we all have, we're all both, but that energy is more nurturing and has this thought of taking care of the all. You don't let any of the children go hungry. You're looking out for everybody. And so she's saying that's what we're moving into. So now you guys were talking a little bit about it. So there's still, we'll see physical earth changes, actual physical changes, I think she's talking about. But don't jump into fear. I keep getting this all the time. These are a lot of swords all around you. Is the Eight of Swords. I can't even see. I'm so riddled with fear. So, and that's like mental, fear is just an illusion. It's the opposite of love. So don't get don't fall victim to it. You have to be a little bit stronger. That's where this will help. That priestess energy. So the final outcome is the star again, that it's about She wants to say the creator's dreams coming true.
Mm.
That was funny. I wasn't going to say that, but she was like, no, say that. So I don't know. This little picture is very cute. So I don't know. It gave me goosebumps again. Boy, she's been giving me goosebumps because I had tons of them earlier, and now here they are again. Yeah. At the end, if we have about 5 minutes, we can do that little connection thing we did.
Okay.
It was just a few minutes. Yeah.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Thank you for asking that question, Akila B, and being so selfless. And I see that you said what Mother Earth wants us to know. And thank you very much. It was really very sweet of you to think of all of us and ask that question today. That was really nice. Okay. So we have Sherry Laidler, and we'll see how, yeah, we might be able to do.
Appropriate question for the all on Earth Day when she's talking about all. We are all, and she asked a question for all of us.
Yeah. Sherry says, would like a reading on my complicated love life. So, Sherry, would you mind? What I'm feeling is that you're in a relationship and you need clarity on that relationship. Does that make sense? Or is it that you're not in a relationship and you're looking? I think that it would give us a little more of a perspective. If you would just let us know if you're currently in, say yes in, or no, if you're single or in. Oh, and then yeah. Now it seems like it's okay. Yeah. I only have 3 seconds on mine. I don't know if I see her. Oh, there she is. Single and complicated. Okay.
Okay.
Thank you for that. That does help, and it helps to get you the right kind of message.
I'm getting pictures that kind of show, well, I'll just tell you what I'm seeing. I'm seeing you kind of dressed up like a little girl in maybe 9 years old, and you have like those white anklets and the white patent leather shoes on with the hard soles and everything. And I mention that because you're not just walking to church in these shoes, you're out on stepping stones, stepping very carefully. You're going across a river or going into a river on stepping stones. And you have to be really careful where you step. And with those shoes, with the hard soles and the rocks are wet, it would be really easy to fall and slip and hurt yourself. So you get to a certain point, and now I see that the river is getting a little more tumultuous. There's some white water going over some rapids and everything, and you're just stuck. You know that you're not kind of equipped to handle the turmoil and the turbulence that's lying in front of you there. And I see you kind of, there's stones going not just across, but back and forth, and you're kind of staying in the same place, but hopping from one stone to the other and not knowing what to do, which is probably why they ask the question. So, Spirit, what is this? Okay, now I see you sitting down on these stones and changing your footwear. There's something like you need to get your feet under you. You need to make a decision and get the right shoes on so that I'm going to go for it. If you decide I'm going to go for it and try across, even if you fall off the stones, you'll be okay. And yeah, so it's that kind of feeling that right now it's very precarious and you're having a hard time making the decision and you're not geared up for it, for the potential outcome. And it's like you need to sit down, make the decision, and put on the right shoes, and then just dive in and come what may. And when I pulled cards for you, I got the hummingbird, which, I see that you're dating 2 people. Well, that makes sense, flitting from one flower to the next. And the message there is release what you've been carrying and lighten up, and new joy is on the way. So maybe release one of them, and then your life will be lighter, and you'll find more joy. And also the Archangel Raphael, who's saying prioritize your health. Now there's physical health, there's emotional and spiritual health too. And if this is tearing you apart, that's not healthy. So I don't know if that means making the decision between the two people, or if that means just stepping away from it all and just saying, I gotta chill for a while and just work this out, whatever that is. But I think you're sensing that you're torn into on this, and it's time to make a decision where you'll have more of a path forward. I hope that's helpful.
Thank you, Joan. Go ahead, Mark.
Well, I love you said that, because I was gonna, since the very soon as we started, I was hearing torn between two lovers, all from the beginning. So then when you put that one, oh, okay, well, I almost said, I think there's two people that you're like, I love that. I just have to acknowledge that, because I don't know how that even happens. So that's what I was hearing, that we're going back and forth, and it's kind of fun. So I get the Three of Cups. There's three of us involved. And, it's a lot of fun and stuff. Maybe some liquid gets spilled and a little bit of this and that. But unless you're just thinking about becoming a throuple, you're probably going to have to choose in here. And I feel like the cards, and so here you go. You got do I go with this one, or do I go with that one, the Six of Pentacles? This one seems to have more money and stuff, but I don't know, maybe this one doesn't have as much money, but he has other stuff. So, which one? They're both cute. They both are fun. So how do I really choose? So cards are saying, choose with your heart, not with your mind. That's what they're saying. So love, and what brings you the most joy and love. Now, it might not fit some kind of pictures that you have, I feel like, in a way. So follow your heart. Don't let your mind get in the way, because it might end up, stabbing you in the brain with this big old mental sword. Because it's almost like this seems to fit the pictures of how it should be, or something like that. But this one, energy, is a little bit been there, and now I'm off to the next thing. So one person is given a lot of energy, but maybe isn't so much for the long term, where the other one's much more King of Cups, much more love focused. There's just a more loving energy there. So it's about choosing. I almost feel like this might be very surface, and you can tell me, Mark, that's stupid. That one has more, let's just say, one has a lot more money than the other one, and the one's like really great at just, taking care of, doing all kinds of fun. But somehow the other one, I don't know, there's more of a heart connection. Let me know. My advice would be follow your heart. Now, you can go ahead and have fun with them both if you want to, and if it's fun with you. But if you're thinking about settling down, listen with your heart. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So, Sherry, what I was getting for you is a little more detailed and direct. And, just again, take it with a grain of salt. This is for entertainment purposes only, but this is what I was getting for you, that there are two, and obviously you just told us that, and that there's one that you've been with that you really love and feel comfortable with and have history with and have gone through things with. And then this new one comes along, and you never knew that you could feel that way. and yet you have this obligation that you feel to the first one, but the first one isn't really, you know, um, it really isn't. It's not carrying forward, and you wouldn't have found the second one if you were as happy as you wanted to be with the first one. I think the second one came in as a not as a test, but as a meter for you to find out how happy you really are. Are you really happy? However, I do want to say that the second one also is attracted to you because you are otherwise taken. So this is a little bit more of a challenge, a little bit more of a game for the second one. But almost like he's trying to steal you back, or not steal you, but I do feel like there's a little bit of greediness with one of them, and I can't figure out which one. But I feel as though you like the second one, and you feel like there could be a future there with the second one, and that it's a little bit more like your thought process. They're on your same wavelength, where the other one was when you were growing up, or when you were going through school or something like this. Like you had a lot of history with the other one. um and you feel bad for the first one. So it's not it's important to make sure you're making decisions for yourself, and also to be honest and respectful to everybody concerned. Like I said, that first one is attracted to you because he knows that you have that you're taken, and that's like it's almost like fun for them to try and pursue you in that manner. But I do feel it's tough, but I think that the second one may give you a new opportunity. But whether or not you want to give up all of that security, all of that history, all of that, um, you know, uh, that emotional information that you've invested into the first one, it's really hard. But like you said, you're dating both, you're not married. Even though you made a commitment to the first one, he didn't put a ring on it. um, but I think that the second one might sort of be a little bit more intellectual, and a little bit more stimulating, and a little bit more, he definitely has more to offer you. um, I do see the yeah, I do see that the second one, you if you do choose to move, that it will be a sustaining relationship, because I asked if it was only momentary, like as soon as he, I don't, I think he's sincere, and you can wait as long as you want. That second one, if it's meant to be, he'll stick around. So I would definitely wait until you're absolutely sure, and maybe you know tell the first one that you want to take a break for a while. And but yeah, I don't know. I don't know. What do you guys think? uh oh, oh my gosh, she says 100% on.
Yeah, one of them has all the bells and whistles, and on the surface looks great. Just looks like Prince. And he's really great about telling you about it. And um, but Mr. Bells and Whistles is a little more concerned about bells and whistles than about a partner. So that's why I kind of get the feeling that one it will be soon off to the next quest. It's like, let me impress somebody else with my bells and whistles now, because I don't know. That's what I'm getting, and one of them probably resonates more with that.
Yeah. Just to be sure that you're not kind of going from the frying pan into the fire, that those newer relationships can be fireworks, but then how long is it going to last, and is it going to sustain itself? Yeah.
So Jen, it sounds like Jen, Sherry, and it says the first one is greedy. I don't know, Jen, do you know Sherry?
Yeah, it says
And she
she's
said she's her BFF.
Oh,
BFF.
oh, okay, okay. Okay, the first one is the greedy one.
So you couldn't see it, but yeah.
Yeah. Well, there you go. I don't think we have to, spell it out. And it's okay. It's okay to move to a relationship that works better for you. It's okay. It's not easy, but it's okay. That's a shame.
Yeah.
You know,
Good luck.
Well,
Yeah.
it's I wouldn't mind to have two people wanting me for a while if I was young and everything. But if you're looking for more long term, I think that's what the things we were talking to you about today.
Yeah. Yeah.
One's more into like a relationship, and one's more into the stuff and the things and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right. All the best to you, Sherry. And thanks for coming. You're welcome. And all the best to you, and
Yeah.
keep us posted. And thank you, Jen, for sharing us. And we are over an hour. So, Mark, do you actually, I think, Joan, do you have a time for one more and then a message from the Mother Earth, or you want to just go right into the message of Mother Earth?
Either way, I'm good either way.
Yep, we can do another reading if you have somebody else in the queue.
Well, I saw Mandy was here, and I haven't. Does anybody know Mandy? Mandy, I think you're new here, and just coming off of that other reading. Mandy, just say hello and let us know that you're still here.
Gin Bowls. I'm team 2. I love it.
Uh-huh.
It's good to have a nice friend like that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It's not easy. It's not
Yeah.
easy. So, Mandy, just say hi if you're still here. And so I'm just trying to see who else. If not, Lisa Keller. Lisa Keller, if you're still here, just say hi. I know.
I know.
This is I'm sorry, you guys, but sometimes when we hit an hour, they go and watch another show, which I understand. And I didn't tell anybody that would be next. Oh, Mandy is here. Okay. So Mandy is the last one. Lisa, we'll get you on the next show. How's that? Because we'll be on later this week. And after Mandy, we'll do the Mother Earth. So thank you for coming, Mandy. And does Spirit have a message for me today? And she sounds like she's a tarot and oracle reader.
Yeah.
Do you know her, Mark?
Nope.
Okay. Do you know her, Joan?
Nope.
Well, thanks for being here, Mandy. You're all new. So cute.
Well, Mandy, when I tune into you, all of a sudden I hear Al Green singing Love and Happiness.
Oh.
Love and happiness. Anyhow, so there's this real beautiful love vibe coming both to you and from you. And it's just so smooth and so beautiful. But then when I see you, and I see you dressed in with your wings and everything here, but I see you jumping rope. So it's like you've got this beautiful love vibe going, but there's like, you're kind of floating when you're jumping rope, but it's still like there's these specific things. It's something you have to think about. It's maybe these are just like incidental things that are sort of, you have to be very, very particular and very, very careful about. Otherwise, you're going to trip and upset the apple cart or just kind of chill your vibe or whatever. So, Spirit, what is the message for Mandy so she can continue to kind of float through this? And they're just saying, focus on the love part, and that's going to sustain you through the jump rope part. And don't worry about if you make a mistake or if you trip. It's all going to work out. And by focusing on love, you do sort of levitate yourself. So you look like you're jumping, but your feet aren't really touching the ground. So you're going to be fine. I think the message is just keep doing what you're doing and don't worry about there's these extraneous details, thoughts, things that are pestering the outside of your bubble that are kind of a distraction, and just say, "Yep, I realize these are things I need to take care of, but the most important thing for me and for my well-being and for the well-being of whatever these things are too, is for me to maintain this calm sense of peace and love and joy, and then everything else is going to work out." So that was really vague, but it was also fun to see you jumping rope and kind of levitating, and while here listening to El Green.
Beautiful. Mark, are you ready?
Yep. Okay. Um, Mandy. Well, I feel like they're saying you're good at what you do. I'm assuming you do readings. Me and the cards are both assuming that, apparently. And they think you're good at it. So they give you the Queen of Wands and the High Priestess together. So these are both, would be like, spiritual leaders, and being in tune with your intuition. The High Priestess is the intuition card for me, the one that's attuned to the other realm and can communicate back and forth and bring through that. And the Queen of Wands, same, holding that wand of truth and light and love for others to see. And you're, I'm going to say you're a leader in that department. And I love this light around the one with the wand. Others are attracted to you and to your ability to read cards. Now, this is the Eight of Pentacles, but it looks a lot like a tarot reader to me. With their cards all spilling around, and they're at your little desk, and people come to you because you're able to bring clarity and light, guidance, help make things less confusing. This is the I can't ever remember the numbers. 7 of Cups. A lot of times that's delusion and illusion, but you can kind of help people sift through that and put them on a better path for themselves. And they're just saying you're really connected in those areas. Not to doubt it, that you're able to straddle both worlds. This is the Hangman, but I like this image of it. It's like, it kind of reminds me of the Upside Down, or being in two worlds at once, a little more than the normal Hangman does, because you get a reflection here. But anyway, it's all good. They think you're doing great. Don't think you're not. Keep doing what you're doing. People are attracted to you. If you don't have your little tarot sign up in the window, put it up so people can come and get readings from you. So good. Your channel's slow at the moment. Okay. Yeah, don't give up.
Oh.
Don't.
Yeah, you're welcome, Mandy. And what I was getting for you is that you're definitely an empath first, and that you love doing things for others. And they want to remind you that to make sure that you take time to fill your own tank before you continue to give to others. It's really, there's a delicate balance there, and just make sure you do. You're having you pay attention to that self care. They also are suggesting that you want to expand your exposure. And I was writing this down earlier. I'm just reading it now. So it was before you said all that. They want you to expand your exposure. And they're reminding me that I go to psychic fairs in the area. And sometimes there's like markets and things that are like outdoor markets or summertime markets, or even like wineries have like a arts and crafts kind of thing where you can get a booth and just expand your exposure. There's some really affordable shows out there. You don't have to do the real big shows. And it's amazing, the people that you'll meet, and the just the client base that you'll develop. And they're saying that you have a lot of sincerity in your voice, in your auric field. There's a lot of sincerity there, and people really take to your readings. They're also saying that there is a light inside of you, and to trust that light. And the light is sort of like what's guiding you, and it's almost like the lighthouse kind of a light. And they want you to let your ego step aside and let that light shine through. Let the light shine through with your readings. Step aside and let the ego step aside. I see that you do have a little bit of self consciousness, which we all do. Believe me, before I go on live, every time I'm like, oh my gosh, I hope spirit comes through. We all, it's almost like a stage fright. It's almost like it doesn't, it's just a natural expression or a natural kind of feeling. And it doesn't last long. Once you're out there and you're in front of your client, you are magnificent. But we all have that little bit of doubt, just before doing something. And they just want to remind you, no second guessing. Don't second guess yourself. Go with the first thing that you feel, sense, or see, and don't worry about what the card says. Go with what you feel, and practice. That was a lot. But thank you very much, Mandy. And so she said, this is what I wanted to know about. Good. And
Yep.
that she's been looking after herself today. That's wonderful.
Earth Day. It's a great day to do it.
Yes.
Yeah. Wonderful. Well, thank you very much, Mandy, and everybody for being here. And now we're going to ask Mark if we can bring in Mother Earth, if it's appropriate,
Yep.
if for Earth Day, just a little message for Earth Day. Maybe Pan would come through for Earth Day.
Pan likes to call himself the good offspring of the mother. So he's like Mother Earth's child that carries forth her mission or whatever. So he's very connected to the mother, obviously. Even in his mythology, he was born because Mother Earth made herself into form. She took the form of a goat, don't you know? And then Zeus, the king of the gods, came down. They had relations, and Pan was born. So it was Mother Earth breeding with God, basically. And then the children were born. It's a lot of the same story, but that's particularly his story. And then her name is Almathea, the goat, and her horn is what we know as the cornucopia, or the horn of plenty. That's Pan's mother's horn, just in case you didn't know. I don't know why all of a sudden that came through, but he wanted me to share that. Okay, so just for a few minutes, he just wants all of us to imagine, everybody that's here today, all you beautiful light workers, as if we're holding hands together. You got somebody on each hand. We're forming like a pretty big circle there. And then we'll let that energy kind of come into the center of the circle with us. Mother Earth's energy. She says, as I go through my changes and transformation, so too do you. You will also have symptoms and notice energy ebbs and flows. Also, because we're flushing fear from the surface, from the root out, it will raise itself. You'll see it. So just let it go past. Don't stop it. Don't hold on to it. Don't grab it. Let it just flow past you. Don't make it stay there longer than it needs to. It's on its way out, and that's good. Even the weather changes. Don't grab onto fear with them. You might need to hunker down but just recognize your connection to source, to love, to God, to me, and everything will be okay. Good. This is Pan. I just wanted to ask you all to allow energy to flow through the top of your head. It comes right from source. Those that want to participate, it's a wonderful, pretty bright white, but it's got some gold mixed in there. Light rushing through each one of you, through each of your heads, through each of your channels. So you're basically channeling God's love, source, light through your body, through your vehicle, through your individual aspect of the great creation, directly into the earth. So it goes through you, through your feet, into the earth. This is happening already, and you're doing it unconsciously. So in this moment, we're consciously joining in the process. Oh! And while we got you here in your circle, we're going to even bring a little more energy in. You guys are pretty good at keeping stable and balanced and channeling energy. You've been practicing it, of course. So one more boost, one more big shot of energy going down through each one of you. And then Mother Earth will send a return energy flow to you, each one of you, right up through your feet into your own energy body, your own vehicle. It's personalized for each of you. You might notice it or recognize it in your heart chakra. It goes up, it hits that chakra, and it spreads out all in all directions. It comes forth with gratitude. Thank you for being at one with me, recognizing our connection, having patience with me as I go through this transition, aligning with me, with your hearts, your higher mind, your soul. We'll move through this with love, joy, and light. Okay. That was different.
Thank you, Mark.
Okay.
Thank you, Pan.
Beautiful. Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, it gave me chills all of a sudden.
That was really, really very nice, very wonderful. And Akila says, perfect timing. She's outside grounding. She puts her
Correct.
feet on the grass. Absolutely,
Oh,
Akila B.
oh, it gave me goosebumps. And you know, guys, I'm always nervous about that. Like, I don't know what's going to happen, and I have to like swallow all my fears and just go for it. You know, like, please don't let me be an idiot and a fool and embarrass myself and, you know, whatever's happening. I don't even know what. So, you know, I just want you guys to know, because we were talking about that with our last person that we read for, that you just have to kind of swallow it down and go for it.
Sure
You have
paid
to have
off.
trust that Spirit's going to be there. You know what I mean? Because I do until I get right up to it. Then I go, oh no, I'm getting nervous. I hope you're not going to like desert me here at the last minute and leave me with egg on my face. But anyway, I love that, guys. Oh, and I also wanted to say, you know, that's a great way, just that few minutes there, to connect with Mother Earth. And as you do, she fills you up with this return energy that's good for you to create with. You know, she always gives back. So you give to her, she gives you right back. And it comes through, you know, in physical windfalls, miracles, that kind of thing. So you can just tune in to Mother Earth when you want to.
Did you want to say something, Joan?
Nope, just thanks to Mark and to you for such a lovely show this afternoon. Thank you.
Yeah,
Absolutely. And look how bright that sun is shining, and my finger is disappearing in the sunshine.
right there.
It is very bright here. So, well, thank you, each and every one of you that asked your questions, and even the ones that asked your questions and didn't get a chance that we didn't get a chance to read for you. Thank you all very much for holding space and coming in. We appreciate you watching now, watching later, and Mark, I appreciate you being here and filling in for Terry Suzuki. And we love Terry, and we're anxious to have her back. And thank you, Wisdom Seeker Joan. It's been just a wonderful, wonderful show. So thank you, everybody.
Yeah, the only thing about standing in for Terry is I don't get to read with her because she's
know,
but I'm very privileged and so happy to do it.
You're very.
You guys,
we're grateful to you. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so long, everybody. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Your support is greatly appreciated. If you enjoy this content, hit like, share, and subscribe. Remember to click the bell to be notified of future videos. Thanks again. Bye.